Listening test instructions. The listening test is about 50 minutes. There are 6 parts in listening test. You will have about 6 minutes to listen to each passage and answer the questions. The passage will be played once. Practice question. There is one practice question. Listen to a short conversation. The passage will be played once. Then, listen to the question and choose the best answer.
Hey, you look concerned. What's on your mind?
The final exam. I am not fully prepared yet.
Don't worry too much. You still have 3 days.
Yeah, but 3 days will fly past in a wink.
Well, you still have time to cram things in your brain anyway.
Why is the man looked worried?
Listening test part 1. You will hear a conversation in 3 sections. You will hear each section only once. After each section, you will hear 2 or 3 questions. You will hear the questions only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Listen to the conversation. You will hear the conversation only once. It is about 1 to 1.5 minutes long.
Raymond, did you see the announcement about the temporary office relocation? They're moving us to the 8th floor for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, I glanced at it. I'm just surprised it's happening so soon. I thought the HVAC repairs would take longer to schedule.
Apparently the contractors had an unexpected opening, so management decided to act quickly.
Makes sense, but moving everything on short notice will be a challenge.
Definitely. We need to pack our desks by Thursday evening, and IT wants to disconnect the computers right after work.
Did they mention if the 8th floor space has enough workstations for our whole department?
Yes, but the layout is a bit different. We'll be in a more open space, so it might be noisier.
I hope it doesn't affect our client calls. I might need to book meeting rooms more frequently.
Same here. At least it's only temporary. And they promise that the new HVAC system will make the office more comfortable.
True. It was freezing last month. If the repair fixes that, I'm okay with a little disruption.
Agreed. I'll start packing this afternoon. Want to coordinate boxes so we don't run out?
Good idea. Let's grab a few extra from storage before everyone else does.
Question 1. Why are Cindy and Raymond relocating to another floor? Question 2. What concern does Raymond mention about the temporary workspace? Question 3. What do they decide to do at the end?
You will hear the second section of the conversation shortly.
Cindy, we're getting 2 new hires next Monday. Have you looked at the onboarding schedule?
Yes, and it's pretty full. They have orientation in the morning, followed by software training after lunch.
I'm supposed to lead part of the training, but I haven't updated my slides in months.
You should definitely refresh them. A lot has changed with the new system update.
Right. I also realized that we don't have enough demo accounts for hands-on practice. The old ones expired.
Oh, that could slow things down. Can you request new accounts from IT?
I already did, but they said it might take until Friday.
As long as we get them by then, it should be okay. The new hires won't need hands-on access until the second half of the session.
True. And maybe we should pair them with different team members for their first week. It'll give them a broader understanding of our workflow.
Great idea. We can rotate them so they spend a day with each team. That usually helps them learn faster.
All right, I'll finalize the training slides and check with IT again tomorrow.
Perfect. And I'll update the onboarding checklist so everything runs smoothly.
Question 4. What challenge does Raymond bring up? Question 5. Why is the delay from IT not a serious problem? Question 6. What strategy do they decide will help the new employees learn faster?
You will hear the third section of the conversation shortly.
Raymond, guess what? The office supply order arrived, but half the items were wrong.
Really? What did they send?
Instead of regular printing paper, they sent glossy photo paper. And we ordered blue binders, but they shipped red ones.
That's weird. Our order confirmation clearly listed the correct items. Maybe the warehouse mislabeled something.
Possibly. I called customer service, but the wait time was nearly 30 minutes, so I gave up for now.
We should contact them soon, though. We're almost out of regular paper.
Question 7. What problem are they dealing with? Question 8. Why did Cindy stop calling customer service?
Listening Test Task 2. You will hear a conversation followed by 5 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question. Listen to the conversation. You will hear the conversation only once. It is about 1.5 to 2 minutes long.
Hey Bill, do you have a minute? I just realized the client workshop on Thursday overlaps with the internal briefing we're supposed to attend.
Wait, seriously? I thought the workshop was in the morning and the briefing after lunch.
That was the plan, but the client pushed their session to noon because their team has a conflict. I only found out 10 minutes ago.
Great, that means both sessions are now happening at almost the same time. Did management say which one takes priority?
Not really. They just said, use your best judgment, which doesn't help at all.
Classic. So what are you planning to do?
Honestly, I'm leaning toward attending the workshop. The client wants updates on the prototype, and I'm the only one who knows the latest numbers.
That makes sense. But if you miss the internal briefing, you might miss the rollout instructions for next month.
True. I asked if they could record it, but apparently the presenter prefers it to be in person only.
Of course, nothing can ever be simple. I'd go to the briefing myself, but I'm covering the onboarding session at 12.
Right, I forgot you got assigned that last week. So neither of us can be in two places at once.
Maybe we can split the responsibilities? You attend the workshop, and afterward you give me the client updates. I'll attend the briefing and summarize anything important for you.
That might actually work. Not perfect, but better than missing both sessions.
Exactly. And if anything gets confusing, we can check with Raj. He always keeps detailed notes.
Good idea. I'll email him to expect a few questions from us. And I guess I'll reply to management confirming where I'll be.
Same here. Crisis partially averted.
Only partially, but I'll take it. Thanks for the help, Bill.
Anytime. We're all just trying to survive the calendar chaos.
Question 1. Why did the client workshop time change? Question 2. Why is Lisa considering attending the workshop instead of the briefing? Question 3. Why can't Bill attend the internal briefing? Question 4. What makes the internal briefing inconvenient for Lisa? Question 5. How do Lisa and Bill plan to handle the conflict?
Listening Test Task 3. You will hear a conversation followed by 6 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question. Listen to the conversation. You will hear the conversation only once. It is about 2 to 2.5 minutes long.
Hey Tom, did you get the email about the client project timeline?
Yes, I did. They want the final deliverable 2 weeks earlier than planned.
2 weeks earlier? That's going to be tight. We've already had delays due to design revisions.
Exactly. I'm worried about maintaining quality with less time.
Did they explain why they need it sooner?
They mentioned a competitor's product launch, but didn't give specifics.
We should probably reorganize the workflow. Maybe prioritize critical tasks first.
Agreed. I was thinking about splitting the team into 2 focus groups, one for design, one for testing.
That could work, but do we have enough people for 2 groups? Several team members are on leave next week.
True, we may need some overtime or temporary contractors.
I'll check with HR. Also, we need to inform the client if this will impact deliverables.
Yes, better to be proactive rather than wait until something goes wrong.
Another concern is the CA process. If we rush, defects could slip through.
Exactly. The last sprint showed how small errors caused delays later.
Maybe we should extend internal testing by a day and compress non-critical meetings.
I like that plan. It keeps quality intact without major schedule changes.
All right, I'll draft a revised plan and review it with the client this afternoon.
Perfect. Let's hope they understand the trade-offs.
Question 1. Why is the client requesting an earlier deliverable? Question 2. What is Amanda's main concern about the new timeline? Question 3. What solution do Amanda and Tom suggest for managing the workload? Question 4. Why might splitting the team into 2 groups be difficult? Question 5. What adjustment do they consider for quality assurance? Question 6. What action does Amanda plan to take next?
Listening Test Task 4. You will hear a news item once. It is about 1.5 minutes long. Then 5 questions will appear. Choose the best way to complete each statement from the drop-down menu. Listen to the following news item. You will hear the news item only once. It is about 1.5 minutes long.
This week, energy ministers and industry experts from over 80 countries convened in Copenhagen for the International Energy Transition Summit. The event focused on accelerating the global shift from fossil fuels to renewable energy sources while ensuring economic stability and energy security. Delegates highlighted that while renewable technologies have expanded rapidly, many nations still rely heavily on coal, oil, and natural gas, making a swift transition challenging. Discussions emphasized the importance of policy incentives, including subsidies for renewable projects and carbon pricing mechanisms. Experts also stressed the role of innovation in energy storage and grid modernization, noting that intermittent power generation from solar and wind requires smart infrastructure to ensure reliability. A central debate at the summit concerned balancing environmental goals with economic growth. Some developing nations expressed concern that an abrupt transition could jeopardize industrial development and employment, while wealthier nations pledged financial and technical support to assist with modernization efforts. The summit also presented case studies of cities and countries successfully integrating large-scale renewable projects. These examples demonstrated that a combination of government policy, private investment, and public engagement is critical to achieving long-term energy transformation. The event concluded with a non-binding declaration encouraging all participating nations to develop actionable plans for carbon reduction, expand renewable energy capacity, and foster international cooperation. While critics noted the absence of binding commitments, attendees highlighted the importance of consensus building and shared responsibility.
Listening Test Task 5. You will listen to a 2 minutes video. Then 8 questions appear. Choose the best way to answer each question.
Did you both see the email about the new sustainability program? The company wants to reduce paper usage and cut down on electricity in the office.
Yes, I read it. They're planning to introduce digital forms, install energy-efficient lighting, and set automatic shutdowns for computers that aren't in use.
That sounds good in theory, but I'm worried about how older employees will adapt. Not everyone is comfortable using new technology or switching to digital forms.
That's true. But IT said they'll hold short training sessions to help everyone get used to the new system before it fully launches.
I'm more curious about the energy-saving features. If computers and lights shut down automatically, we need to make sure it doesn't interfere with meetings or ongoing work that's left unattended.
And what about printing? Even with digital forms, there will be times when some documents still need to be printed for external use or signatures.
Yes, they mentioned a strict printing policy: only print when absolutely necessary, and make sure everything is recycled properly.
That sounds reasonable. I think it will take some time to adjust, but overall, it should make the office more efficient and environmentally friendly.
Agreed. But we'll need to be patient during the transition. Any new system like this tends to have a few hiccups at first, especially with everyone learning to use it.
True. And I think the training sessions will help reduce errors. Once everyone is comfortable, it should actually save time in the long run.
I hope so. The energy-saving features alone could lower electricity bills significantly, which is a real benefit for the company.
Yes, and I'm optimistic that it will also reduce paper waste. Even small changes, like fewer printed documents, can make a difference over time.
Exactly. And if the system works well, it could set a precedent for other departments to adopt similar sustainability measures.
I think overall, this initiative is a positive step, as long as management supports staff during the transition.
Agreed. If everyone adjusts carefully, it should make the office more eco-friendly and efficient without creating too much disruption.
Listening Test Task 6. You will hear a report once. It is about 3 minutes long. Then 6 questions will appear. Choose the best way to answer each question from the drop-down menu. Listen to the following report. You will hear the report only once. It is about 3 minutes long.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining today's session. I'm going to discuss the importance of urban green spaces and their impact on public health. As cities expand and populations grow, parks, gardens, and other green areas are becoming essential not just for recreation, but for overall well-being. First, let's consider physical health. Research shows that access to parks and trails encourages people to exercise more regularly, whether by walking, jogging, or cycling. This can help reduce obesity rates, lower blood pressure, and improve cardiovascular health. Cities that invest in well-maintained, safe green spaces often see measurable improvements in community health outcomes. Green spaces also play a role in mental health. Exposure to natural environments reduces stress, anxiety, and depression. Even short periods spent in parks or community gardens can improve mood and increase focus. For children, play areas and open fields support cognitive and social development, while adults benefit from areas that allow for relaxation and leisure. Environmental benefits are another key factor. Trees and vegetation improve air quality by filtering pollutants and producing oxygen. Urban forests also reduce the heat island effect, helping cities stay cooler during hot months. Water management is improved as well, since green areas absorb rainfall and reduce flooding risks. However, there are challenges. Space in densely populated cities is limited, and competing interests, such as housing, commercial development, and transportation infrastructure, can make it difficult to preserve or expand green spaces. Maintenance is also crucial. Poorly maintained parks can become unsafe and discourage use. To address these issues, some cities are implementing creative solutions. Rooftop gardens, vertical green walls, and pocket parks can provide greenery in otherwise dense areas. Community involvement is also important. Neighborhood groups often help maintain small parks and organize events, increasing both usage and a sense of ownership. In conclusion, urban green spaces are vital for physical health, mental well-being, and environmental sustainability. Cities that prioritize accessible, safe, and well-maintained green areas are investing in the long-term health of their residents. Thank you.